What do you make of the meeting of the tribal leaders with Interlocutor AK Mishra?
Thank you so much, Kartiki, once again for being in the show. It's interesting development, I would say, but at the same time, I'm already fed up with whatever is coming up. Now, why I'm saying I'm already fed up is because when the Meitei civil society organization went to Delhi and met the official or the Home Ministry, they would say separate administration will never be given. But at the same time, when Mishra came to Chusanpur and meet tribal leaders, and he was also saying that separate administration is possible again. So this kind of double standard role being played by the central government is something which which is why I'm saying I'm really fed up. Now, I would say the violence, the conflict has already almost reached seven months. It is, in fact,
Okay. Okay. So I think we have, there's a bit of a technical problem. Mr. Sharma, coming to you, what do you make of the meeting of AK Mishra with the tribal leaders? You know, I was going through the reports. I'll come to you, Misao. You need to fix that connection of yours. It's a pretty comprehensive meeting that has happened.
Yes, meetings are always good. It opens up a way for negotiation and solution. And it's not the first time central government has been negotiating with the tribal communities, especially the Kuki communities. In the past, we have heard from the news print media that in Assam, the initiation taken by the Chief Minister of Assam, they have a series of negotiations with the Kuki leaders, especially with the Sioux groups and the ILTF. And also we have seen Amit Shah ji personally came in the last week of May and had series of meeting in Churchanpur. And it's a very good step. However, at the same time, I would also urge the central government to engage with the other community, that is Meitei, so that both the points from both the communities are heard. And as the panelists said, AK Mishra has promised a separate administration when during this time.
Is it correct?
And the center,
is it correct? Is it correct?
That's what Hezang said.
You know, there are two things. One is he has said, and other is kahi suni ki baat. You know, he said and she said.
Yeah, I am responding to Mr. Hezang's response.
Okay.
So I agree with him, because if center is speaking, it will be given, and at the center it will not be given. It's a double standard. It will create more of a confusion. So it is not a good sign. However, I appreciate the initiative taken by the state government and the central government. Negotiation must go on, though the level of communication and contact between the Meiteis are less as compared with the engagement with the Kukis. But I would see it in a positive way, because without negotiation, we cannot bring peace. This is what I have to say, Kartikeya.
Okay, Hejang, you know, you couldn't complete your argument. Are you there with me? I think there's a bit of a problem. Professor, yes, I'm asking you a different question. Prasanjit, the entire might of the state is present there, and still, you know, the state gets to recover bodies. What I really find is, you know, I'm from North India. How is that, these bodies, you know, they were able to execute these two individuals? I mean, say, entire might of the state is there. I mean, so there is an issue there. Absolutely. There is an issue there, Professor Prasanjit.
Yes, certainly. I know this process of killing and counter-killing, the process of targeting the state forces, the process of creating a kind of a safety zone for the state forces by another state force, you know. Assam Rifles rescuing Manipur police, and Manipur police not being trusted in the hill areas. And there is this kind of a breakdown of internal trust. And when you have a breakdown of the internal trust, what do? You have to have an internal agreement. If you do not have an internal agreement, you know, the historical injustices, the structural asymmetries yesterday that I was talking about, 40 seats in one valley area, and 20 sits in another hill area. This asymmetrical division of funds, relative deprivation, etc., have come a long way in Manipur. In a democratic way, these issues need to be sorted out. And we need to reorganize certain principles, principles which are consensual, principles on which a lot of debate and discussion can happen, but there is finally an internal agreement that we all should reach at. Now, how that internal agreement can come in a deeply ethnically divided society, in a society where territorial identities are dominating state politics, where you do not have a common platform of discussing the intercultural, interethnic, interreligious issues, and especially when things are imploding every day and you are recovering bodies, killings and counter-killing cycles are going on. So these questions need to be addressed first of all by the civil society. And I think the Meitei civil society and Kuki civil society at this point of time must sit across. And it's not just the central government. Central government must be a party to the dialogue. It should become a four-party dialogue. Central government, civil society bodies, state government, and also other actors and other peacemakers have to come together in a process of dialoguing, in a process of finding an internal solution. If we are not able to accomplish this, and if the situation keeps deteriorating, the security situation at some point of time will completely override all other socio-economic and political considerations. Indeed, the questions of civil and social and political rights will be subdued under a kind of a security consideration. The boots on the ground will be romping over the question of political, economic, and social rights. Therefore, before security situation goes down so much, it's incumbent upon the state, upon various parties to come together, to initiate dialogues, back-channel dialogue, track-2 dialogues, and try and work out possibility of dialogue by putting oneself in the shoe of the other. The Meitei should put themselves in the shoe of the Kukis, and Kuki people should put themselves in the shoe of the Meiteis. One should empathize with the other, and one should learn from each other how to lead a life of coexistence by aborting this tendency of violence. And this needs to be achieved at the societal level, and then needs to be translated at the level of the state-centric dialogues that we are holding now. And Mr. AK Mishra certainly did a good job by bringing together all the parties.
I'll come, Professor, I'll come to that part a little later, because, it's not about General Siraj, it's not about two bodies, it's like, if you ask me, sociologically, it tells me whose writ runs large in the state. I mean to say, if there's writ of the state, then the meaning is different. You find those two bodies, it's a reflection of whose writ is running in the state. I'm not going to get into were there those part of the group of 4 who were abducted, though that formal thing has to come out from the police. I'll wait for that. But the fact that 2 bodies have been disposed of in public, it means that instead of state government, someone else's writ is running large. I read it like this. General Siraj.
Yeah, Kartike, see, the problem which is coming in Manipur is no doubt the distrust between 2 communities is still very large, and that gap has not reduced. And as on today, since the society is completely divided and also it is weaponized, whosoever get a chance, they manage to take law in their own hand. Jiski lathi, uski bhais. That is the slogan which is happening. So whosoever, in case the Metis are able to strike on Kukis, they do it, and vice versa. The Kukis get a chance, they do it on Metis. The problem which is coming is that unfortunately the trust is not coming back. Whatever the trust is there, it is only, one can say, temporary, because there is a buffer zone. Wherever there is no buffer zone, the violence can erupt anytime. Now the question comes is, how do we handle it? How do we bring back this situation to normal? You see, 2-3 things we have been always discussing. There are weapons which are more than 5,000 which were looted and also come from Myanmar. and they are at large in society, and everyone feel empowered that they can use these weapons, and they are doing it on the either side. Now that is a problem one. And until unless we do not get these weapons by doing cordon and search and combing operation, you will not find the peace coming back. And the second thing which is coming is, second issue which is coming is, whatever you do, that the state government forces, are not able to succeed in bringing law and order. I suppose that central government agencies should play a more active role, try to take the situation in their own hand. And third thing is that this step is in right direction. Interlocutor AK Mishra coming from center. All so far deals which has been done, whether it is a Mizoram deal starting from 79 to 84, and then Mizoram Accord was there, also in Assam, Bodo, deal which was there. It is all been handled by the central government because they can see a larger picture, and then they bring all actors and characters together, because the people who are very close to the ground, they only see what is good for them. What is good for the nation has to be seen by someone, wherein you have to do give and take situation. There is no black and white, there are gray, and then you have to bring something which suits both the community. So all said and done, what is happening unfortunately is, so for the confidence of society not there, and whosoever get a chance, whether it is Mati or Kuki, they manage to take law in their own hand. And today they are not afraid of taking law in their own hand. They feel that they can do what they like and they can get away, and they are empowered and they have a weapon. And therefore they feel equally empowered than the security
General,
forces.
General, it's analogical, it's an analogy I'm giving. It's like 80s Mumbai, it's an analogy. No way it can be compared with Manipur. But when the bodies were discovered, the newspapers would say the gangs were running the city, and police, Mumbai police is out of depth. So similarly, when you recover these bodies, whatever reason, whichever community, the fact of the matter is someone is just getting away with murder. Isn't it, Ms. Howe? You want to comment, General? You want to comment? Please.
I just want to say one thing. You see, the point which is coming in, the central government is trying its best, it's trying to bring a normalcy in the situation. But what you think that at center and what is on the ground are two different things. And what is happening is that the gap is still more. And that I suppose that whatever initiative is taken by the central government of sending Mr. AK Mishra, interlocutor, all tribal together, try to bring out the differences at the least and try to resolve this issue. You see, that the diktats of the tribal leader will play a major role in both these communities. Though they are armed, one is that by combing operation, you try to take this weapon. The second thing is that the diktat of all these community leaders will make a difference in case they sit down together. They are seen in public shaking hands. They are passing some comments which are against the violence, and they show that both the communities are together. I think that will make a tremendous impact on ground. I have handled Northeast quite a bit at many places I have deployed, including in starting from 78 in Mizoram. I could see it, this is the way. And the central government is trying, but I suppose still we are not able to succeed. And on top of that, the problem in this Manipur is Myanmar.